overwhelmed to be here today. And I just want to thank you so much for letting me share my thoughts with all of you. I will speak slowly, but I want you to know that we're in this together. Thank you. As you know, we're gathered today to pay our respects to our fallen brother, George Floyd.
His death was horrific, and we've all witnessed how he was murdered. We saw his life get snuffed out, and we are angry! We are so angry! Our anger is not only about George Floyd, it's about taking a stand and saying, enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! The list of our murdered brothers and sisters as a result of racism, inclusive of police brutality, is too long! The protests are too many to count! And that is why our protest this time around cannot end here. Leute, it must not stop here. We must chart a course for change. It can no longer be business as usual. No more business as usual. The narrative, my sisters and brothers, our narrative must change. And guess what, guys? It starts with education. Yes. All teachers and pre-service teachers in Germany must be educated on the impact of racism. Right now in Germany, they are not. We must change this narrative. Teachers must change their colorblind ideologies that promote racism in the classroom. And you all know what I'm talking about. Our teachers must face up to cultural diversity and embrace equity because equity leads to equality. Why? Why is this important? Why is what I'm saying important? It's important because the school is the primary place of socialization. After our homes, it is the central place where we learn who we are and where we are and how we are placed in the world. We learn this racism in the classroom as well. So, we need to learn. We need to get it right. We need to tell the government. We need to make sure that teachers get that right because they're the ones messing up our kids and messing up their minds. All racist people in the world were not born racist. That's what we have to remember. They're not born racist. People are not born racist. They are conditioned. They are trained to be racist by the system. Whether they know this or not, it starts with the family, media, the school, government, businesses, among others. These are the institutions that shape our narratives and promote white supremacy. We don't need to search too far for clues. We only need to look at those in power. Who are those in power? Just think about that for a second. Who are those that set the standard? Who are those that set the rules? Who are those that set the policies? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Please think about about that. We must be courageous to ask the following questions. Where are the people of color in academia? Where are the people of color in government? Where are the people of color in media? Where are the people of color in advertisements? Where are people of color in the gymnasium? Where are people of color in TV? And worst of all, Leute, why are people of color, mostly the criminals, the refugees, the drug addicts, the prostitutes in these movies and TV shows? Why? 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 That's all we see on TV. Why? In the movies, why? They are designing our cultural narrative. These movies are telling us what to think of. They're telling us to be afraid of black people. They're telling us that we're less than. The TV, the movies, the TV, the television, all those shows you're watching with all those movies, they're telling you, the system is telling you who to be afraid of. And we can't have that. Enough is enough. To my dear white sisters and brothers, Homatu, your silence too makes you complicit in racism. Please stop getting defensive and angry. Yes, racism still exists even if you don't know or experience it. Do the work. Invest in learning how systemic racism works and how you are benefiting from the system. Challenge your schools to provide you with courses on racism and its impact. Challenge your teachers, your professors. Challenge your workplaces to be anti-racist. Become anti-racist. Become anti-racist. If you don't know what it means, read about it. If we are to live in a harmonious society, social justice must be at the center. We must stand up against oppression wherever we see it. A couple of years ago, I was in a bus from Heidelberg to Mannheim. On this bus, a white man got upset with me. Why? Because I took my bike on the bus. It was raining heavily and that was why I did that. And he was yelling at me, you can't have your, of course in German, you can't have your bike on this bus. But he didn't end it there. What did he say? He said, you scheiß nigger. And no one said a word. No one said a word. Leute, don't be that person. Don't be that person that doesn't say a word. Stand up for social injustice wherever you see it. Your silence means you condone it. Educate your children. Dear white people, educate your children about racism. Recognize that what you're watching, what you're seeing, what you're reading is shaping your narrative about the other. So question everything. Question everything. George's last words were, what were his last words? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Well, guess what? We can't breathe either. We, black people and people of color in Germany, we can't breathe either. The psychological trauma of racism in America is real. It is stark. The whole world sees it and recognizes it. And now America is burning. But right here in Germany, in Deutschland, it is very present and stark, the racism. Many people can't breathe because they are police targets, because they're exotic petting zoos, We've had people say, don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. I want to pet. Especially black people and people of color find it impossible to find housing. They tell us that we're not good enough. Our children are not good enough. We are stared at. We are yelled at. We are cursed. We are killed. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. The great African American author James Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." That's right. That's right. Nothing can be changed until you wake up to it. Stop making racism a secret. Talk about it. Germany. It is time you face the systemic racism in the country. Let's call it out. Let's work it out. But many of you may ask, how? Where do you go from here? Well, I have one word for you guys. Become an activist. Activist. Become an activist. That's the only way. Just like Steve and Ephraim. They are activists. Become an activist. Let this silent protest be the starting point of your activism. Don't go home and let it be business as usual. Oh, I attended a nice protest. No, become an activist. If you can speak, use your voice. If you can write, write. If you can sing, sing. If you can act, act. Use your passion. Use your passion. Use your creativity to fight injustice. You can start now. Become an organizer. Collaborate with others in your community. Reach out to your municipalities, institutions. They are willing to support you. Use your voice now. Yes. We have momentum. We have momentum on our side now. Was ist Momentum auf Deutsch? Wir haben einen großen Schwung jetzt. Yeah? We must take advantage of it. Take advantage of it now. Listen, Leute, nobody wins in the long run when we're divided. You can see in the United States, it's burning up. No one is happy. We don't want that. At the end of it, we all pay for racism. So let's begin to work against it. Use your privilege. Connect with people. Use your voice. You too can be an activist and make change happen. Yes, Sima and Isra. They took the challenge. Sima and Isra took the challenge. And we're here today. They are activists and so can you. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? What's the word? Be an activist. Be an activist. Everybody over here say it. Be an activist. 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 Yes. Use your voice. Use your voice. And I want you guys to say it. Say it now, guys. Say it